Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about the most genius invention which will make your life so much easier when it comes to travel with your camera gear. Have you ever been annoyed by the fact that when you go traveling you have to take all the heavy camera gear you have, and then on top of that you have to take your laptop because how else are you going to back up your footage or review it, right? Believe me, I've been there. And I've been looking around the internet and it turns out there's a very simple and cheap device that you can buy to transfer footage directly from your SD card onto your external SSD hard drive. I'm talking about this. This is the Kingston Mobilelite G2. I'm gonna put some links to this in the description of this video, of course. And the thing about it is that it basically has a SD card slot here and a USB type A port here. So you can plug your external SSD drive here, your SD card here, and then you can transfer footage from one to another without the use of any laptops. Amazing, right? But it's not the end of the story. It also has an RJ45 port right here. So if you end up in a situation where you're in a hotel room and there's no Wi-Fi but there's an Ethernet cable, you can actually plug it right here and use this guy as a mobile Wi-Fi router. Amazing, right? I know. On top of that, it can also serve you as a power bank. You can plug in your lightning cable directly here and then to your phone, and then you can charge your phone through this simple device. Again, I know. But how exactly are you supposed to transfer footage from your SD card to USB drive with this? It has no display, no nothing, because it actually creates an ad hoc Wi-Fi network, which then you can use your mobile device like an iPhone or something, and you can connect to it. And then there is an app, and the UI of this app looks like UI of any other app where you can manage your files. So you can open it and you can move the files from one storage to another. You can create folders, you can delete, copy, move, everything you would do in a standard file management app. It only costs $18 used. I bought it used because they don't actually manufacture the G2 version of it anymore. There's a newer version called G3. And there's also one with some internal storage. I will put links in the description of this video so you can check it out. But the G2 is very slim, it's very lightweight. The G3 is actually a little bit more thick because it has more battery power. But I actually prefer the look and feel of this one, and I don't need more battery power. You can actually plug a micro USB cable right here to either charge it or just use it plugged in. So let's actually wire this thing up and I will show you how it works. Okay, so when this is plugged in, let's actually open up the iOS app. I have it open right here, and you can see that it shows you your USB drive right here and your SD card right here. So I have actually some photos from my recent trip to Mallorca on my SD card, and I'm just gonna transfer it from the SD card to the USB drive so you can follow along. So first, let's actually create a target folder on the SSD drive where the footage will be dumped into. So let's open the USB drive. Let's add a new folder. Let's call it footage. There it is. It's empty. Now let's go into the SD card. Find our footage. These are the 5 raw photos I have right here. So let's select them all. Hit this button and let's copy them to the USB drive into the footage folder. You can either copy it or move it. Let's copy it. Now we wait. It can take a while depending on how many files do you have to move, but Okay, looks like it's done now. Let's confirm, let's go back, let's go into the SSD drive, footage, and there we have our 5 files downloaded right here. At this point, you can just unplug everything, format the SD card in your camera, and keep shooting. This app actually can do one more thing, and you can dump footage directly from your phone via Wi-Fi to the SSD drive that you have plugged in by hitting this button right here. You can also download files from here to your phone, so you can review it on your phone, you can do whatever with them, share them on social media or whatever you like to do before you come back from your trip. And that's it. That's pretty easy to use, right? When you're finished, you just press this button until everything stops flashing. Okay, it's powered off. You can safely unplug your USB drive. You can take off your SD card and you're done. So let's actually plug this drive into my computer so I can prove you that those files have been successfully transferred. So there it is. I have plugged in the SSD drive into my computer. As you can see, we have the footage folder that we have just created. Let's open it. And there we have our 5 files here. Let's open one. It's going to open in Photoshop because it's a RAW file, so it's going to open by default in Adobe Camera Raw. And there you have it. It's successfully transferred. Files are not corrupt or anything. I actually have a travel video from my trip to Mallorca. If you want to check it out, you can click on the card right here. I highly recommend it. Okay, so let's talk a moment about the disadvantages of this device, because it's not perfect. I think it does its job perfectly well, but it has some slight downsides. So one downside I have discovered is the user experience of the app. So the problem is that the progress bar that appears when you move the footage from one storage to another is very tiny, and actually at first I didn't even notice it. There's no percentage, there's nothing like this, no indication like this, there's only this progress bar, and it can go for quite some time if you are dumping a lot of footage. And I've been recording with my drone, with a GoPro camera, with my DSLR, with my iPhone on my trip to Mallorca, and it was a lot of gigabytes worth of footage, so just bear in mind that you might have to wait a little bit for it to complete the transfer. It also of course depends on the speed of your SSD drive and your SD card readout. Also, there is no confirmation after the transfer has been successfully done, so you basically have to look out for this tiny progress bar, and when it disappears, it's an indication that the transfer has completed. One other thing that really annoys me is the fact that you cannot check out the percentage of the internal battery on this device, neither via just looking at it. There's no indication on the outside of this, and also there's no indication of it inside the app, so you basically have no idea how much juice it has left. So what you can actually do is you can just use it plugged in via this micro USB port here into a wall socket, and that's how you can be 100% certain that your file transfer will not be interrupted by a sudden power loss on this device. So that's how I've been using it, and I had it on my trip to Mallorca. I didn't bring my laptop, and it worked perfectly fine, so I can highly recommend Kingston Mobilelite G2 or G3 for your next vacation. Come on, it's under 20 bucks. What's your excuse? Anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to hit that like button down below. It really makes a difference. Also, consider subscribing to the channel because there will be more videos like this. And I also make travel videos, tutorials about photography, filmmaking, drone flying. So if you're interested in that, you know what to do. But that's it for now. Have a good day. See you next time. Bye bye.